Hi everyone, my name is Az and I'm a member of Team Red Staffy. For this Sitecore hackathon competition, we decided to go with Sitecore Habitat module. And we decided to think a little bit out of the box and we create a chatbot for Habitat. Okay, I'll show you what have we done. So we create a chatbot, and it has a cute logo. We called it Habitat Bot, and you can start starting having a conversation with the chatbot, and the chatbot will answer you. So it has a queue, so we can return cards, and you can see it ask questions. So I'll show you how we did it. Our module has two different sections or two different components, if you can say it. So the first section is our bot, and the second section is our search API that it's built on top of Sitecore Habitat. So what happens is we are using bot connector, which enables us to communicate through different channels. We can communicate through Skype, web chat, Facebook Messenger, Microsoft Teams, or Slack, or Telegram, or any other channels that Microsoft in the future provides the API for us. So we use bot connector, and then we create our bot based on our bot connector. So what happens is our bot connects to the bot connector, and our bot connector connects to any of these channels. So the good thing about this, if in future Microsoft introduce a new channel, we don't need to change any code. We just integrate it through the panel, and then it starts communicating. So it opens a new way of communication, different channels, easy, without deploying a new code or changing a code. So it's all done. And the second component or module is our Sitecore Content API, which I'll show you shortly. So this is our API that our team built, and then you can search, and it returns you the result. So let me show you the code and give you the brief idea. So if you open Habitat Bot, so there is a README file that you can follow to install it or read more details. And the main code it's here, a message controller, which is kind of an API. And what it does, it gets the message from any of the chat communication channels, and then you process it. So the way that we process it, it's really interesting. We get the connector, and we know that what the text that we received. And here we are using Luis. Luis, it's a brain behind Microsoft AI, and you can train Luis. Let me log in. So with Luis, you can define entities. So for example, I define these entities, analyze the text. Greetings could include hello, how are you, or someone wants help, or they want to search, or they want to know that who built this bot. So I create these entities, and then you create the intent. For example, if I search where is blah, or what is the URL for the specific page. So you can add and teach Luis about if you get this kind of sentences or this kind of type of the wordings, Louis in the background uses NLP, natural language processing, and tries to figure out, the main reason of the sentence. So you can say that, okay, if I get this message, it means that you are looking for something, or you are searching for something. Or if I search for, so for example, or if they want to know a little bit about our team or about us, so you can say, who built this box? So it means that they want to know about who. And then you can say, okay, if you get this sentence or this kind of way of communicating, it means that 0.98, it means that it's who. I'll show you in the background that what happens. So here we have a switch case, and then we connected Luis. Luis in the background, it creates an API. And then if I search, for example, who built this box? It says that, okay, so this is the intent of the message that I got, and the top score, I will say that it's a who, but you can see that the scores of the other sections, okay, there might be a chance that they're asking for help, or there might be a chance that they are saying searching for something, but the top scoring intent and the one that is confident that they're asking for who, and we can decide and act based on that. So here we can say, oh, okay, if it's who, just create different cards and say, okay, show more information about who. Or if they are looking for search, and then we connect to our Sitecore habitat endpoint, which we can define it. Sitecore habitat, and that's the API. That if you install it on your computer, the API might be different from that us, so you just easily can change it here, and it calls our endpoint and then returns the results based on that. If I couldn't find anything, it's like, okay, I couldn't find any relevant result in habitat. How about search for find John? Simple. For testing it locally, because the habitat version that we have, it's hosted locally, and we didn't have it hosted on Azure or anywhere else because we didn't have a proper license. So we can test it easily on locally. So you only need to install Bot Framework Emulator, and you just need to add the URL, including API messages. I put it there, and then you can start communicating. Hi, and then hi, it answers back, or they say find John. Okay, I'll put a break on here. Just remember. Oops. And it returns result based on Sitecore. So if I say and then another thing that we wanted to showcase you that how it works, you can say analyze. and it tries to analyze and think the key phrases because we asked it to analyze. So it's a positive statement that the rate of positiveness is 0.75, which is absolutely positive, and the key phrases is biggest online coding competition and Sitecore hackathon. So you can see that you can ask the machine, or you can ask, so we just want to showcase that how it works. So if I say analyze happy now, it's a positive statement, so 0.8. Or you can say it's a negative statement, and the key phrase that the system thinks that it's importance today. So you can train the machine, so it's not something that I built and I put a switch if conditions in the background. It's all happened based on the entities and the train and test that you're doing here, which is very interesting. So based on the category set, so it's analyzed, and then, or you can say find contact us page. So it says in a search category, so it goes and find the contact us page. Show me the news page. It returns search. It's exactly the same thing if you do it here. But the problem, not a problem, but I'm saying that because on Skype, everything hosted on Azure, and then our search functionality is hosted locally, so we couldn't showcase the same functionality. But I did a cool way to, not disappoint you when you test it on Skype. So I give you the message. It said, I know that you search for the content, but Sitecore endpoint is hosted locally and you need to test it with the bot emulator. It's easy if you want to change it. So if you host your bot on Azure, you can go in applications. In application setting, you can change the endpoint to the endpoint that you have hosted on Azure, habitat.com/ and so you can put this endpoint with the host that that works, and then everything starts working. So the main functionality that I can say, we use Luis, which I showed you, to analyze and find the entities to make sure that, okay, what exactly the text is about. Are they asking for help, or are they asking for build this part, or are they searching for the content, or it's just a greeting introduction. So after that, for the analyze, I want to show you a few things that we did for analyze. So we get the text sentiment, so we use Azure Cognitive Services to get the sentiment of the sentence, and we use key phrase parser to extract the main key phrases, and then we search based on we use this functionality not only for analyze the text, also when users search for a content, we get the main keywords and then search based on the main keywords. I quickly, Zen and Budi are going to show you the endpoint, but I quickly show you the endpoint here, so you can search for. I'm just cheating because I want to make sure that the two text are good.